Would you believe what the American TV heartthrobs of the past look like now, over 70 years old? They shined in their performances and left unforgettable marks. But what do they look like today? That's what we'll see in this video. With the most iconic mustache on 80s TV, now 80 years old, he made his mark in Magnum, P.I. and starred in 3 Men and a Baby. At 88 years old, he's one of Hollywood's timeless faces. A heartthrob in Butch Cassidy and The Way We Were, he surprised fans with a 2025 appearance in Dark Winds. The romantic lead from Pretty Woman and An Officer and a Gentleman remains graceful. With 75 years old, he currently lives in Spain but plans to return to the US soon. He brought legendary roles like Han Solo and Indiana Jones to life. Despite recent health issues, he's still active and open to new projects at 82. The intense star of Scarface and Serpico recently celebrated his birthday. At 85, he remains involved in film and theater. The iconic face of Taxi Driver and The Godfather Part 2 attended the 2025 Cannes Festival. At 81, he shares life as a father of 7. The stoic cowboy from Dirty Harry and classic westerns is now 95. Still directing, retirement doesn't seem to be in his plans. Known for The Thorn Birds, the miniseries Heartthrob passed away in March 2025 at 90, leaving a lasting legacy on TV. He stood out with a rugged charm in 48 Hours and The Prince of Tides. Now 84, though out of the spotlight, he's still respected in Hollywood. He charmed audiences in Starman and The Last Picture Show. Still active at 75, he's known for his warmth and emotional depth on screen. With his deep voice and strong Western presence, he won audiences in Lifeguard and The Big Lebowski. He's now 80. The rebellious charm of the 80s, he became iconic as the stylish detective in Miami Vice. Now 75, he remains active in film and TV. Best known as Luke Skywalker, he captivated generations in Star Wars. Today 73, he also thrives as a voice actor and writer. The sensitive heartthrob of the 70s moved audiences in Ice Castles and Ode to Billy Joe. Now 69, he works behind the scenes as a director and professor. The original Shaft and trailblazing black action star passed away in October 2023 at age 81. His role redefined Hollywood's view of black heroes. Star of Love Story, he passed away in December 2023 at age 82. A 70s icon with a lasting legacy in film. The star of Grease and Saturday Night Fever, now 71, remains active in acting. In 2025, he explored more dramatic roles, proving his range on screen. Known for Wall Street and Fatal Attraction, he's now 80 years old and still working. In 2025, he was honored for his decades-long impact on film and TV. The charismatic lead of Malcolm X and Training Day, now 70, continues to inspire. Recently, he's been directing and starring in films with social themes. As the stylish Lando Calrissian from Star Wars, now 88, he's remembered for his charm and elegance. Though more private, he still appears at fan events. With rugged charm and star power, he rose to fame in Escape from New York and Overboard. Now 74, he recently appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. He stood out in The Fabulous Baker Boys and TV roles. Now 83, he continues to act in projects that highlight his enduring screen presence. Best known for Hair, he passed away in June 2023 at age 71. He left a lasting impact on film and television from the 70s onward. The British heartthrob of Cabaret and Logan's Run remains involved in the arts at 83 years old and is remembered for his elegance and voice. Known for Tron and Scarecrow and Mrs. King, he maintained a steady career in sci-fi and TV. He remains connected to his fanbase at 75. The beloved Bobby Ewing from Dallas continues making appearances on TV at 75, keeping his longtime fans engaged. This romantic lead of 80s thrillers like 10 to Midnight, today is 70 years old, also became a producer and remains active behind the scenes. Known for his intense performances, he starred in Nebraska and the Cowboys. As of 2025, at 89 years old, he remains active in film. He charmed audiences in The Purple Rose of Cairo and Dumb and Dumber. Today, he is 70 years old and recently portrayed Ronald Reagan in Reykjavik. With a commanding presence, he stood out in Frost/Nixon and Dracula. Now 87, he is still active in film and theater in 2025. A legend from The Shining and as good as it gets, now 88, he's lived a private life since stepping away from acting in 2010. He made an impact in Reversal of Fortune and as Scar's voice in The Lion King. At 76, he continues working in film and TV. Best known as Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World, he turned 98 in March 2025, still active with voice work and fan events. He's still active in film, starred in The Right Stuff and The Parent Trap, and played Ronald Reagan in the 2024 biopic Reagan. Known for Die Hard and Pulp Fiction, retired due to frontotemporal dementia but remains surrounded by loved ones. Famous for Dances with Wolves and The Bodyguard, in 2024, he released Part 1 of his epic saga Horizon, praised at Cannes. Known for Sling Blade and Monsters Ball, he is also a director and musician, and remains involved in various creative projects. In August, he turns 70. Known for The Shawshank Redemption and Driving Miss Daisy, he remains active in film and TV at 88, admired for his wisdom and voice. This British legend starred in Alfie and The Dark Knight. At 92 years old, he's made fewer appearances recently but remains iconic. The Oscar-winning actor from The Silence of the Lambs still delivers powerful performances in 2025 at 87. Best known as Captain Kirk from Star Trek, he's now 94, active in entertainment and writing, and still a fan favorite. Oscar-winning star of The French Connection, he passed away in February 2025 at age 95. His death followed that of his wife. The star of Apocalypse Now and The Godfather continues to be honored for his legendary roles, now 94 years old. The legendary actor, renowned for voicing Darth Vader and Mufasa, passed away on September 9, 2024, at age 93. The Mary Poppins legend continues to charm audiences with his humor and spirit, now 99 years old. Comedy master behind Young Frankenstein, now 98, still involved in projects and loved for his timeless humor. Known for Heart to Heart, he lives a quieter life, but his screen legacy endures among fans, now 95. The acclaimed actor, known for roles in MASH** and The Hunger Games, passed away on June 20, 2024, at age 88. Voight is renowned for his roles in Midnight Cowboy and Deliverance. He remains active in film and television at 86. Known for his intense performances in films like Taxi Driver and Reservoir Dogs, he continues to take on challenging roles in independent cinema. Jones is celebrated for his roles in The Fugitive and Men in Black. He continues to act in both film and television projects. Sheen gained acclaim for his performances in Apocalypse Now and The West Wing. He remains involved in acting and activism at 85. Hoffman is known for his versatile roles in The Graduate and Rain Man. He continues to contribute to the arts through acting and directing. Walken's unique style has been showcased in films like The Deer Hunter and Catch Me If You Can. He remains a sought-after character actor. Pesci is famed for his roles in Goodfellas and My Cousin Vinny. After a brief retirement, he returned to acting with a role in The Irishman. He charmed audiences as Dr. Frasier Crane in Cheers and Frasier. He reprised the role in 2023, proving his timeless appeal. The star of Sex, Lies, and Videotape, and While You Were Sleeping recently appeared in Grace and Frankie, showing lasting charisma. In August, she will turn 70. Remembered as Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump, he's still active in film and known for his work supporting military veterans. Now, 70 years old. Which of these transformations surprised you the most? Leave it in the comments, and if you like this video, subscribe to the channel and leave your like to encourage us to bring more content like this. See you in the next video.